Hey, hubby, what you doing?
Oh, welcome. Howdy. I'm edge coating on the Mare's Lake holsters. Already did it on the belts here. See there on the edge. And that's kind of an extra finishing piece. It looks really good on leather work when you do it, especially on the holster here. Taking this weavings, and there's also a new brand out from the leather factory, Tandy. They have a environmentally friendly one, which I was a little hesitant at first to try, but I found it to be quite good. And it comes in multitudes of different colors, and gives an accent to the edge of your finished leather work. And then once you get it on, you let it dry for a little bit, and gives it that finished look, as some guys tell me. $1 million look. But it's kind of like what I did here, see? On the edge there. All the way around. And now that I've done all these pieces that I have, I close up my container. See here, I made a little station here with a pill bottle station so it doesn't flip over. A piece of leather on the bottom there, and holder there. I've got a designated paintbrush for doing big areas, and then a lot of folks will use a piece of sponge and a clothespin, and they'll damp the sponge, wring it out, and then put it in there and go that way. But I just use one of these dabbers, the fine dabbers, not the thick ones, and you can trim it up with a pair of scissors. Just grab your scissors and easily just trim it up if you need to make it nice and easy and keep the fuzz off of it. And then when I'm done with this, I just run in the other room. It's water soluble, so I just wash it off, clean it up, let it dry out, and I can reuse it again. I've got different length ones for different reasons. As you start to do leather work, you'll figure those out. The little techniques in that. Now that I got the edging done, I'm about to go to the next phase, which is I offer these embossed letters here, like you can see there. And when I deal with the ones that are brown, light brown, saddle tan, I like to color them in. So I take black dye, and I like to work on a surface that, like glass here, this tempered glass, keeps it clean and lint free. Plus, if I have any spillage, it doesn't soak in like you've seen areas here where I've missed all over my workbench. It's easier for cleanup. So I just use my black dye here. I suggest that if you're going to be doing this type of work, don't buy really inexpensive paintbrushes to do this delicate work, because this is where the rubber meets the road. If you get some of the real cheap ones from the dollar store or other places, you'll find that they'll bleed out too much when you're doing that. So what I do here is you dab it in there a little, tap it on the side just to get the excess off, and I have a tendency of working from above below. So I'm working with the top down, and sometimes I'll move my piece around, but the object is so that way you don't end up getting your hand into it and messing it up, because it's so easy to slip up. But you can see how it just glides on there nice and easy. You just dab it in there, dab it against the side to take the excess off, and it'll just flow right off the edge of the tip. Barely have to touch it on there, and it just flows onto the leather. You may get a little bit that kind of goes past the line, but that's okay, because when you do the actual final processing of putting a tan coat or a varnish or shellac or a leather balm on it, when you do your finish work, it actually will blend it all in and look really, really, really nice. So that's that technique there. And hope this kind of gives you a little bit of an insight on how I go about filling in these letters. And I also do the same thing if I carve a carving in of, say, of a horse or a bear or a coyote or some other animal or a log cabin or something like that. If I carve it in trees, you would basically paint into them and make them colored so they stand out nicer. They have a better appearance. And it's part of the technique as well. That's that. If you want more of this, subscribe to our channel. And please go check out beavermountainworks.com. Look at our products, and we'd really love it if you sign up for our newsletter. Take care.